Hello, and welcome to the Intro to Musical Instruments Learning module. My name is Angelique Foss, and I'm a board-certified music therapist with UH Connor Whole Health. Today I will be talking with you about different musical instruments and how learning to play one and making music can have a positive effect on your well-being. The learning objectives for this module include history of musical instruments, benefits of learning or playing a musical instrument, main types of musical instruments, longer commitment musical instruments, easily accessible instruments, examples, and where and how to learn to play. Musical instruments have been around since the beginning of human culture. The Neanderthal flute is the oldest musical instrument dating back 60,000 years. It was actually made from the left thigh bone of a younger bear cub. Many other common items have been used as or made into musical instruments as well, such as cooking pots and hunting bows. Since then, with the increase in materials, skills, and trade, instruments have changed and become way more accessible. All different types of musical instruments make different sounds. This has to do with many things, including the player, but also the material the instrument is made of. Like, for example, some instruments are made with wood and some are made with metal. Also has to do with the size, the shape, and the way the instrument is played. Musical instruments have been played throughout history for many reasons. First and most obvious is for entertainment, but also to accompany dances, rituals, work, and medicine. Also, musical instruments are used in religious ceremonies of many faiths. So in short, learning and playing a musical instrument can have these benefits, which you can see increases health and well-being, especially when used intentionally as a self-care or mindfulness experience. Here are the 5 categories of musical instruments. The first is percussion, which is when you strike or shake an instrument, like a drum, a xylophone, or a maraca. Second are string instruments, which you can pluck or bow, like a guitar, a violin, or a banjo. Third are wind instruments, like a clarinet, an oboe, or a trumpet. And keyboards, like organ, accordion, piano, and then electronic instruments. There are many instruments that can take a long time and a lot of dedication to learn or be proficient enough to feel comfortable making music with. Instruments like the ones listed here are very rewarding and can be a lot of fun to learn. Some benefits of dedication could include more focus, which can help relieve stress by taking your mind off stressors and onto something else that you enjoy. It is very difficult to play the guitar, for example, and think about all you have to do at work at the same time. In this picture here, we have an acoustic guitar. A standard guitar has 6 strings, and you can either play individual notes with them, a few notes together, or a whole chord, which you'll see in the next video. An acoustic has a sound hole that resonates the vibrations of the guitar and strings to make sound. You don't need amplification, so it is a great instrument to start with if you are wanting to learn to play the guitar. There are also instruments that are more accessible and take a little less time and commitment to be able to enjoy making music with. The ukulele, for example, only has 4 strings, and the chords and notes are easier to make due to the nylon strings. And if you learn just 3 fairly simple chords on the ukulele, you can play a whole list of popular songs. Here is a list of several easily accessible instruments that are also fairly inexpensive. We already talked about the ukulele, so the next one is the mountain dulcimer, which usually has 3 or 4 steel strings and can play a multitude of styles of music. There are lots of different miscellaneous percussion instruments that you can play. You can shake, tap, or strike instruments along to your favorite tunes. The ocean drum is a percussion or drumming instrument that actually sounds like the waves of the ocean. In the next slides, I'm going to show you a djembe, and a buffalo drum. There are so many kinds of drums, so I wanted to show you a couple of easily accessible ones, the djembe and a buffalo drum. The buffalo drum is a very therapeutic instrument because not only does it provide a low, deep, sustaining sound, it also gives off a lot of vibrations when you strike it. And now continuing with our list of easy to play instruments, we have the tongue drum, which is a percussion or drumming instrument that makes different pitch sounds. And then the Native American flute. It's like a recorder or other wind instrument, very easy to play and has a very relaxing sound. Many of you have probably seen a rain stick, which is a percussion instrument that sounds like falling rain. The tank drum, or sometimes called a happy drum, is a melodic drum, meaning it plays actual notes when you strike it. These were the first made out of propane tanks, hence the name. These are very relaxing instruments as well because of the soothing sound, the vibrations, and they are very easy to play. You literally cannot hit a wrong note. This allows you to get completely lost in your creativity and take your mind off everything else. Learning to play a musical instrument is so much more accessible now and generally can cost a lot less, or sometimes lessons are even free online. There are many therapeutic ways you can use learning an instrument or playing an instrument for well-being. Find an instrument that is easy to play, with just a couple of lessons online even. Take a tank drum or a Native American flute, singing bowl, drum, or a shaker, and compose a song. Record it with your smartphone. You can also create melodies using symbols like la, with no specific words, just expressing through song. Write a story, set it to music, either something that already exists or something that you compose. Thank you for joining me in this presentation, and please feel free to contact me anytime with questions.